I've been influenced. Watch me unbox and style this icy hair wig while I talk about hair and care webinar that I attended. This isn't sponsored because I'm not going to be able to do this well. Let's see. Let's hope I don't destroy this wig. So the Hair and Care Project is a charity run by Anna Cofone, and is to empower. It's created to empower, inspire, and educate young women and girls on how to take on self-care. And we have some like little treats in it. But no, it was such an informative webinar. We spoke about like inclusivity and how brands can be more inclusive, and what they are doing currently and what they could be doing in the future. For example, there was a lot of conversations on the fact that a lot of brands think it's too niche to include or focus on people with disabilities, which is quite silly just because they are already a part of your audience. Disabled people are always a part of the audience. It's just that they haven't been catered to as well as they should be or could be. And so brands shouldn't be worried about like, or thinking that, oh, it's too niche, because it's not. You know what is so funny? When I bought this wig, I don't even know. I think it was like, no, it's 60. It's 16. It is 16. I thought I got 12 and I was so nervous. But, it's like, I don't even, it's kinky. This is kinky. I think I thought I got waterways, but it's just a curly wig. It's just curly. Leading on to that point, another speaker called Vix spoke about how disabled people are great problem solvers, and brands shouldn't be scared because they can just use disabled voices collaborate with disabled voices in order to be more inclusive and to figure out, okay, well, this is what we can do, this is what we shouldn't do. And yeah, that's why they shouldn't be nervous or scared to focus or create products for disabled people, because it's like, just collaborate with disabled voices and you wouldn't need to feel so nervous or feel so like worried. Okay, I think I'm gonna put this down. I'm gonna put this down now. But no, it was actually such an informative webinar, and I'm glad that I attended it because it was the first time I've actually ever heard of those people, of the charity. Like, I never knew it existed until I'm just looking for the parting. I didn't know about it until I googled it, I think, or someone someone mentioned it. I think someone I followed spoke about it. I got some products, but I'm gonna brush it out first. I think I ruined this, but let's trust the process. I brushed it out because I heard you have to, and then I'm spraying it, and I'll put mousse on it. But yeah, another speaker called Bernice Magistretti, if I said that name right, she spoke about how in media there's a lot of people who, when they're disabled, they're medical patients and not necessarily people who are going out or trying fashion, people who are fashion or stuff like that. And I agree, because I pointed how a lot of disabled people in media are medical patients, and they don't usually care about their appearance or the way they look, and how that's not the case. And a lot of disabled people love to change their outfit. They love to try different hairstyles. They like to try different looks, and and I completely agree. Which is true, because when there's a lot of disabled characters, they kind of are in a certain position where they're not focusing on or thinking about how they look, and it's that's not the case of a lot of disabled people. They like to think about how they're dressing. They like different colors, different styles, and media should kind of reflect that. Even Katrin Poe, I hope I said that name right, she was also talking about and I feel that leads to people's perception on disability, that there's only one way to be disabled. Katrin Poe said that she doesn't always feel like she fits into the disability slash visually impaired community just because she doesn't have a cane. And like specifically when she goes to brands, like brands expect like someone with a cane to come in if they're like looking for someone who's blind. And that's something that like I also kind of felt like, or like feel like I'm definitely going to get like, oh, you don't look blind, or you don't look visually impaired. And it's like there's no one way to look blind or visually impaired. There's different ways to, like, blind and visually impaired people present differently, and you shouldn't make like those assumptions, or we shouldn't be put into a box. Brands also kind of had that idea of what a blind person looks like too. I'm gonna put mousse. Okay, let me not put too much. I hope I brushed this properly. But Vix, again, one of the speakers, was saying that like brands should not give up on trying to be inclusive, or if they get something wrong, that shouldn't be the end of it. There should be try on error, and it's okay. Like I know like a lot of it can seem quite daunting, but it's like that's why you need to include disabled voices. That's why you need to bring in disabled voices, so you have people to kind of have your back, or at least have people to be like, okay, no, this is what you should not do, or this is what you should do. Because if you don't have those people, then you're always going to have that pushback. You're always going to have someone say, no, that's not good, because you're not creating a product well enough, or you're not making it as inclusive as it actually could be, and it's not actually working for people. So they should have those people to collaborate with. Okay, I think I'm happy with this now. Okay. And another speaker called Poppy was saying how like disability is untapped. There's untapped potential in disability, and including them in brands. Like it's such an untapped area that brands should try and get into. And they like specifically said like money wise, like it just makes more sense. Like if you can cater to audience more, and that's how they get your product, they want to invest their money into your business more, wouldn't you take the opportunity? Like your business, you'd always kind of want to get more money. So by catering to, or like becoming more inclusive, your audience is larger, right? So yeah, but it was very informative. I'm gonna try and go to some of their events. I haven't gone to any because I only just heard about them. But yeah, done. I'm gonna try it on. It's still not sponsored because yeah. All right, I'll see you later.